Hey everybody, welcome to Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I'm not sure when I'm coming back, but I told myself I have to record an update video for you guys as far as things that I've gotten in recently, as well as things that I have gotten for my birthday. And the promise to myself was you cannot edit this video if you're going to do it. And so this is going to be just raw footage uploaded. So sorry about that in advance. But I want to thank you guys so much for all of my supporters that have been around for a while, as well as my newer subscribers that have joined. Thank you guys so much. I've been trying to, post updates in the, what do you call it? Post updates in that thing over there called Post, I think it's called. So at least I can remain a little bit active and give you guys some action on what's happening in my life. But quickly, I just want to explain why, if you are not aware. I have another channel called Fashion Home Life by E that I have started. Actually, I started it last year, but I just could not juggle that because I do hand make. I'm actually sewing, cutting out the fabric for those accessories for men and women over there, and so sewing takes time. Also, promoting the business takes time, and so I had to take a break from my hobby channel to make sure I push that one because right now I am paying I'm paying that business's bills, and I needed to pay mine. Therefore, I had to put something on pause, and that had to be this channel. So that is a quick explanation for why I have not uploaded videos, but I will be back soon. I just don't know when. All right, let's get into it. Let's go through. I was in Canada, and actually I was in Canada twice, but the second time I went to Canada, I was in Nova Scotia for a couple of weeks, and we're also trying to kill two birds with one stone here, guys, and that is I want to enjoy the sun for a little bit, get a little bit of warmth from the sun, and then also I said, okay, well, while you're sitting out here, record this video. So hopefully the audio is not terrible. But I was in Nova Scotia for 2 weeks, so there's 3 days that I had off, and I just had the time of my little life around Nova Scotia. One of those being, yeah. So I did go to. They have a lot of vintage stores. And what I've noticed is, whereas here in the US, we may call something vintage, you also may see the words use consignment as well. And typically, at least this is my thoughts, when I see something that's called vintage, they mostly have vintage items versus, whereas it seems like in Canada, vintage is used instead of the word consignment. And they'll have so hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, so I went to a store called Elsie's, and I'm hoping that I remember to make notes of these places and put them down below. Like I said, I'm not editing this, so I can't even remind myself. So if it's not there, just please comment and let me know that you were looking for something and I didn't put it up. But hopefully I will remember to do that. And so I went in there, very cute store, and I have come across these cute little kind of like vintage 1920s, early 1900s style bags. This one is definitely not from that time period. I wish it was. But this one, I've come across these from time to time, and I think, girl, what are you going to do with this? But I always get attracted to them and want to buy them. And I actually talked myself into getting this one because there is some work that needs to be done to it. It's got like a hole here on the side here that needs to be fixed, and then the lining needs to be fixed as well. But I said, okay, I have to come home with this. So what are you going to do with it if you're not going to carry it? That is, I'm going to put it in a box and have it hung up like artwork. This is just so beautiful, gorgeous. I love the intricate details. I'm assuming this is from the 80s, but it does have, see how worn it is, but it's just beautiful. And it's a knit background, base, I guess is what you call it. And then they got the beads through it. I don't know how they made this, but I just love all the detail, and it's a nice weight. And so that's the only way I could let that come home with me. And then I also should have left this, but it was too beautiful as well. I convinced myself by putting a couple of things in and said, oh, I'll use it as a pouch. I'm not using it as a pouch. But this is so beautiful too. Look at that beadwork. And then the sun is, when I pull it closer, the camera's not in the sun, but there's like this kind of tortoise style print there in the front with the beads that are horizontal. And it's so, like, look at this detail, just beautiful, gorgeous. I did not look up this company before, but I meant to do that. It's just beautiful. And I said, coming home with me. What else did I get? Did I get anything else from here? No. Um, what else did I get? I got something else from Canada. We'll group. We'll we'll talk about that when I do the perfumes. I did get a perfume from Canada, and it's D'Angelo. But just because she was talking about perfumes, it has triggered me to start looking into other perfumes and there's specific ones that I'm looking for, and there's ones that I want, but I'm not buying everything. So this is what I've got so far. All right. Oh, and then I also got these shades from Canada while we're on this topic. I didn't realize these type of glasses were trending, but now I'm seeing a lot of people wearing them. So it's weird for me to be on trend with something because I'm usually not. But I've been seeing so many people. I wanted glasses that were like, these are Longchamp, and you handbag girls, or you guys are gonna love this. Went to the store and I tried these on. I thought, okay, I really like these, and I saw that they're. And he told the store owner said, oh, they're by Longchamp, and I thought, and I said, oh, the company that makes handbags. I didn't realize they make eyeglasses, eyewear, and he was so shocked. He said, so many people have come into the store and was not sure what Longchamp was, and I was like, yeah, you need to talk to some handbag girls. We know the things. And I thought these were so cute. I wanted something that looked like a sunglass, a pair of shades, but were not. And so I thought these were cute. All right, so I got these two from Canada. All right, next up is going to be, what else am I gonna go through? Things that I got for my birthday. Either I bought them myself or they were gifts. First off, I bought this book. I'm not even planning on looking I mean, I'm not even planning on reading it this year because I already have my books planned for the year. Yes, the reason I already have my books planned for the year because I only read four. I read a book a quarter because I read slow, so it takes me 3 months to read a book. So I've already gotten my books that are already planned, so that'll be my one for next year. If I get froggy, maybe this one will fit in, but if not, then there. And then my sister got me this. She's very much into skincare. Hold on, I'm trying to see if y'all know those people that come to your house trying to sell you things. I thought a guy was walking down the street. I just wanted to make sure he didn't hear me talking because I don't want him bothering me. That's why I love where I sit. I can see things, but you cannot see me. Anyway, so she got me this from Benefit, which is all clear, the Pore Professional. And I've been trying to pay attention more to my pores as well. So this was perfect timing by her. She also got me a Pandora charm that says sister. It's upstairs. I didn't bring that down. And then my niece also got me this cute fan, and I was trying to figure out how do I display this pretty little fan. It's pink and green, and I decided to put it in my windowsill so people walking by or driving by happen to look up, then you'll see the fan displayed. I thought, okay, perfect, I'll put it there. So those were the two things that I got. And then my brother always asks me how my content creation is going, how's the followers, giving me suggestions and stuff like that. So he surprised me with this, which I was very surprised about. So I definitely appreciate it. Which is this. So it's not the camera, but it's the one that makes your phone function like the camera and the microphone. So all of my sister a couple of years ago, they're like both my siblings are very supportive of my channel and my content creation. And like one year, my sister got me a stand to put my phone on, stuff like that. So they're always doing things to helped me with my journey, and I definitely appreciate that from them. I put those two up, and then I got a, let me see. Oh yeah, and then I told my husband I wanted a face mask. I waited for the craze to kind of die down, did some research just to see if it is actually an effective treatment. And I do feel comfortable enough to try it out, and it's the Solawave. This one is the red light mask. And I got this one over the other one. I can't remember the name of it right now, maybe Omnilux, but I think that's the other one that is also FDA cleared. This one is also, if I'm not mistaken, FDA cleared as well. But when I looked at the recent reviews, which I try not to do like when I'm searching on Google, this is just a little tip for you guys in case you didn't know, um, is when I Googled, I look for reviews, but I'm not looking for like reviews on a product where it seems like they may have been incentivized to talk about it. I try to go with like the American Association for Dermatologists, something like that, or like whatever it is, like an official organization that would have not necessarily been paid to go over the items, but some some type of organization like that, similar to what I'm using as an example here, to give reviews. So they gave an updated review of masks, pros and cons. So the one that I was going to buy, and I had been looking at that one last year, the one that I'm talking about is FDA cleared or FDA approved, whatever the correct term is. They said that this one is a better option while it is a little bit more expensive. The difference is this one is an updated version that has more bulbs than that one. So that one's kind of an outdated, it follows a little bit of the outdated recommendations, I guess is what I want to say. So this one has more bulbs. And then the other thing was this one's a 3-minute mask versus that one, which is a 10-minute mask. Big difference, right? When you're just trying to get it in, especially if it's a barrier treatment, you're trying to hurry up and get it in so you can go to bed and make it consistent, because consistency and frequency is key with these red light masks. So I decided to go with this one. And thankfully, because if you're interested, on the website, they did have the sale, the Solawave. But if you go through Amazon, it is a discounted price. And so it's cheaper to go on Amazon. I want to say this was like $400. And on Amazon, it's like $260. So it came up to $280. So if that incentivizes you, this one is a good option. If I have I am light sensitive, interesting enough, even though I like to sit out in the sun and walk. But so just a warning for you guys, if any of you guys are photosensitive as well. I didn't think about this until after I got and I was reading the manual, but I did a test on my hand just to see if it was going to cause any problems, and it didn't, thank goodness, because this was wrapped in plastic and I don't know whether they would have taken it back since it was sealed. And so thankfully it didn't cause me any problems, but make sure you look into that if you are photosensitive, to make sure you're not wasting your money on these expensive masks and then you can't use it and then you can't take it back either. Okay, so next up, this is going to be, yes, so last up are going to be fragrances that I've gotten recently, and this one is the Glossier You, which I absolutely love this fragrance. I've talked about this fragrance before, I want to say last year, and I had it in the solid. They were doing a deal, so I got the solid and this one. So this is a re-up because I've had that before and experienced it. And then I wanted to try this one. Victoria's Secret had sent the sample card of this, which is the bronze Bombshell. I've been on the hunt for a mango heavy perfume, and the ones that I found, I think one of the recommendations was the God of Fire, I think it's called. I didn't want to spend that much on a perfume, which is like $200. I think this one's like 50 something dollars. So I got this one and I do like it. And then the last one, which was something else that I got from Nova Scotia, and it came in this little cute dust bag. It's by Glasshouse Fragrances, and this is the white oud Arabian. It's a white oud, I'm sorry, but it's called Arabian Nights. And I like to mix this one. It's very luxurious and intense scent. And I like that this travel size is a spray, which look at that, I've already used a decent amount. And I just layer this with a lighter fragrance. So that's everything that I've got for my birthday or either got within the last couple of months. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate you guys sticking with me while I'm on this hiatus right now. But I said, look, if I'm spending extra time, I got to spend it over there versus over here. So that's why. But thank you so much for your support, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Make sure you keep up with me in my posts because that's what I'm doing right now, just to keep everybody updated and check in with you guys too. Bye.